Hey y'all, Hoff here, and I'm at my mom's house and she's out of town, but right now we're going from February to March and she likes seasonal stuff. So it's time for her to switch from all her Valentine's Day stuff to some of her brighter and obviously March stuff that she likes. So I figured I'd help her out with switching things out. So I'm just going to show you a couple of different ways that we can fold different towels just to make them fit in cabinets better. She has a bunch, they've just kind of been sitting around in a cabinet and they could be folded a little neater so they fit in better. So just different towels. So this one here, it's a nice cotton, like a kitchen towel. So there are a couple different ways to fold it. You can just fold it in half, just a couple different ways. You can store it like that. Sometimes you can make it tighter depending on the size of your drawer. But I can see that she did the tri-fold method. So it helps to lay it down on something. It doesn't be flat because I have a pile of towels here. So I just fold it into thirds. But what I do is I stick my fingers in it like this on both sides so I can pull it. Make sure you're not using any delicate antique towels. Be able to fold it, use my hands, use my body to help press it, and just like that, it's much neater. It's going to lay in the closet or the drawer much, much better. You'll see in a picture in a second what it looks like if it's not organized. This one, some of these, they get a little folded on the edge. You can, if you really want to, go and iron them with a little bit of starch to smooth them out. Although most people don't usually iron their kitchen towels. So this one here is a hand towel. It's decorative in the front, more absorbent in the back. And this one, they're made to be folded in a tri-fold. And this one here has some cute little stuff on it. It's not quite spring yet, but I'm going to go ahead and fold it nicely. So again, same thing with the tri-fold, but this one, you can see where the embroidery is for the decorative. You want to make sure that whole thing shows. So when I fold it, I'm only going to just fold where I'm making sure it's not going to accidentally fold the embroidered part, so that still shows. And same with this. So sometimes when you fold it, it may not look even on the back, but what matters is being even on the front here. And again, I do it like this and like that. It can hang on a towel rack or, in the bathroom for decorative purposes. She has some dish rags. She does a little bit of knitting and crochet and stuff, and so she makes her own dish rags. And sometimes they're all different kinds of funky shapes. But these, when they're used, they're hanging around a rack, a little towel rack next to the kitchen sink. When she's using them, when she's not using them, they're in a drawer. So I just try to fold them as neatly, whatever's going to make them flat. So this one is flat like this. Sometimes when you go like this, if it's too thick or bulky that it might just keep unfolding itself, I would keep it flat like this. But I think this one, it's doing okay like that. These ones are interesting. So these are hand towels that she has done some crochet and attached a button so that she can hang this over like a rail and use the button so that it stays put and doesn't fall off every time you open a cabinet, or if it's on the oven, every time you open the oven, it doesn't slide off. These are a little bit more difficult to fold. So you can either fold this part over and then do your tri-fold method. This might be one of the easiest ways to do it. So that way it stores better. The other way you could do it is do the tri-fold, which of course you're going to get it's a little more difficult on this part. You do your tri-fold this way, and then this has to fold, and then it has to fold again. It doesn't fold as neatly as the other way. So I'm going to go back to the other way that I preferred. You do whatever's easiest for you. Just when we have it out, we want it on the rack like this. But I could have folded it, just fold it, get it, slap it together, look, it's folded. But when it's time to grab a towel and put it on the rack, I have to go back through and refold it so I can hang it up. Whereas if I had originally just did my tri-fold, this doesn't take that much time, guys. Listen to a podcast like this podcast, or have a video, the TV on the background, or whatever's going to work for you. And like I'm doing this on a table, it's a clean table. So like if I had some kids or something I was watching, I'd be able to watch the kids and still keep track of the laundry. Now that I've done all of those towels for the kitchen and laundry, we're going to move to the regular bathroom towels. So I have a hand towel, a washcloth, and a regular towel. And like, for example, you go to somebody's house and you see their closet looks like this, but really what it should be, I guess what would be most efficient is for it to look like this. Because if you have too many towels, that's another story. You can get rid of them, cut them up, and turn into cleaning rags. We have some nice towels that are the guest towels, so we have guests over, so we try to keep those nice and neat. So there's two different ways to fold these towels to make them look the neatest they can. So, and they're both a trifold, but I'll show you the way my mom does it, and then I'll show you the way that I do it. So my mom does it. She takes it long ways like this. You need your whole body and hope you're tall enough for the whole towel. And we're going to do a trifold this way. If there is a little tag, make sure that's the inside. That just makes it nice and neat. So she does it like this. And then you got to go all the way down here. Try to make sure it's neat, because sometimes with this long, it's not going to match. It might like fold a little funny. Want it to be neat, fold it in half, press it down, and look at that, nice and neat. And this hangs well over like the bath racks. If you have a bath rack or something like that, you can hang it this way, or you can take it long ways like this, depending if you feel like being in a hotel. I fold it a different way. Still a trifold, but I don't like having to hang it down this way and all that mess. I take it long ways, right? We're going to fold it hamburger style first. And now I have this, I just put it down on the table, and then I can do my trifold just like that. Wouldn't know a difference, and it stacks really well in the closet. So the hand towel, I'm going to do similar to how I did the dish hand towels. Again, if there's a tag, find your tag, that's your middle, and we're just going to do a regular trifold. Because again, when you pull this out of the closet, you want to be able to just put it right on the counter or hang it right on the little towel rack if you have it. So sometimes in the bathroom, we have like a bunch of extra of these towels. Like this is guest towels, right? So I'll take it. Let's say I have this hanging on my towel rack. I'll just put that, and then it looks like you're in a fancy hotel. And that's kind of what we do for our guests, because guests, we want to treat them because they're a guest. Washcloths, now you could look up different towel art and how you can do them, but I either do them in a trifold, and I fold them in half like that, which is nice if I want to stack them, have it on the guest bed for the guests when they come over. Or you can just fold it into quarters, like a sandwich. Some people get a little fancy, and they do something like this just to make it a little decorative, just that triangular fold. And that's kind of nice if you're like laying it out on something. But usually for the sake of, if it's going to be in a drawer or in a closet, folding it into quarters is great. If you're going to hang it on the towel rack with everything else, like, here, I'll show you. If I hang it this way and this way, and it's, hanging on your towel rack like a fancy hotel room. When you fold all your towels this way and you store them in a closet, they will sit much nicer. Some people only have like 2 sets of towels. Like at my house, I only have 2 sets of towels. So I have them both on the towel racks. And so when one is used, I just throw it in the laundry or whatever. So I always have to do laundry the day of. I don't end up with a pile up of laundry because I don't have as much stuff. I do want it to lay down flat so it stores better. So I can put a bunch of things in a cabinet or in a drawer, and it's easy to get them. I can see them. And when I pull one out, I'm not making a giant mess of everything. So little things like that just makes it neater and makes your life a whole lot easier.